Alright, so let's talk about the THINKORSWIM platform. This is basically how I set it up so that I could be more efficient while trading. So it's important to note that whatever works for me might not work for you. You could probably take a thing or two from this video, but at the end of the day, whatever works for you is what's gonna make you the most money. That being said, let's get into it. Drop a like, hit the sub, and first things first, let's start from left to right. We're gonna be looking at the gadgets that I use. So I have the account info, live news, watch list, the second live news, quick chart, and a trader TV. For those of you who don't know, if you want to add a gadget, hit the plus right there. You're given the gadgets and then you click on whatever one you want. So the reason why I have two live news, one is set to SPY, so it gives me the overall market news. If Joe Biden says something, job reports, yada yada, I get it right there. The second one is tailored to the stock that I'm currently trading. Let's say SQ, I get the news right there. Then our watch list, these are the stocks that I'm looking at. And then the quick chart, I want to have the VIX open on the side in case something goes down. It's always important to see what the VIX is doing, especially when you're trading options. And then you want to have Trader TV open as well to get a second perspective on the overall market. Let's say you have CNBC open, you can see what they are talking about. Now that we have that done, let's talk about the chart. So what you guys could do, I like to have it set up where I have the MACD, the RSI. And the way you could do this is by going to studies, edit studies, and then I have the simple moving average, the moving average exponential, the VWAP, RSI, MACD. You can also type it in over here to get it, and then you add it on. So the support and resistance that you see over here is actually a script. So this is not preloaded in your THINKORSWIM. This is a third-party script that I imported in. So maybe I could do a separate video on how to do that. But everything else you're gonna find already in your platform. So that's what I like to have open. And now for the most important part that's going to make us efficient at trading is having that active trader window open. The way we're going to do that is by clicking this button over here, this rectangle, and having a second window. Now we got two panels. One's going to be the chart, and now we're going to set the other one to be the active trader. So now let's say I want to do Tesla. I'm going to have this one unlinked, by the way. If you want, you can link it, but I'm not going to link it because I want it separate. Now I'm going to get rid of the chart. Open active trader, and these are the settings you want: buy, sell, quantity with buttons, auto send, on and off. Just follow what I have over here. Then you're gonna have access to buy market or sell market, meaning that you could buy the market price. You could also set a limit just by clicking on where you want to buy in at, and you can set your quantity. And another thing is, you got auto send. If you have auto send off, when you go to buy, it's going to give you a confirmation button to send it. Or if you have auto send on, the second you click buy, boom, right there. It sends very fast. Or else I think if you're not using active trader, you're going to have to right click, buy, set the shares. It just takes way too long, right? Way too long. Especially if you're day trading, you got to be in and out. You need the active trader. It's a must. If you're not using it, you're out of your mind. So now what I like to do over here is just minimize this a little bit, just so I can read the option prices and whatnot, and they have the chart available. So when I mean by options, I'll go to trade. Normally when I want to trade options or whatnot, you just right click it, whatever one you want, go to copy, back to the chart, and then you could paste it, and now you could trade the options through the active trader. Very, very convenient. You're in and out fast. You get to see where the bid and ask is at. You can get filled immediately by the bid, or if you want, you can set it later at a different price. So it's very stress-free compared to, let's say you're on Robinhood, you go to set that limit, you might not even get filled, right? Especially if the stock starts to crash, God bless you. But that's what I like to do for my first setup. The second setup is for my wide monitor. If let's say I'm home and I got the wide monitor, this is what I like to use. So you click this button right here, go to customize grid. It gives you the option to add another panel, or you could remove it. You could add a bottom panel. I have 3 panels open, right? And what I like to do, first we're gonna close this off. All right, so what I like to do with the 3 panels is have one chart set to the 1-minute chart, another chart set to, let's say, the 30-minute, or the 5-minute, and then I've got the active trader where we can buy and sell the stock. So we got Tesla open on 1 minute and then 30-minute over here. So now we can spot trends, we can spot patterns way more easier, whereas we might not see something all in the 1 minute chart. This is gonna save us time rather than clicking in and out over here, right? But if I'm on my laptop, I'm using this layout over here because the other one's way too squished. This is only when I'm on my wide monitor. Another thing is, I don't want you guys to add so many indicators onto your chart. It just becomes crazy. Let's say you're a big fan of moving averages, which I am. Have a second screen. If you don't have a second monitor by now, I don't know what you're doing. They're dirt cheap. You get yourself a really good monitor. Have a second monitor with the screen where it's going to show you moving averages like 50 MA and whatnot. It's going to keep your setup clean so you can see what's going on and not be overwhelmed by it. Once you have too many lines going on, there's just too much going on. You're going to lose distraction. You're going to get distracted. You're going to lose concentration, and you don't want to be in that position. So that's basically what my setup is. Another thing is, if you're doing DD, you want to be having this trend line toolbar over here. So rather than having to go to drawing tools, and clicking on what you want, you're going to add shortcuts right here. You click the setting button over here. You can add a button, and I like to have the trend line, the Fibonacci retracement, and the price level. So that if I'm doing DD, right, let's say I pull up the 4-hour chart, all I got to do is just click on one of these, whatever one I want to use. Let's say trend line. I could draw my trend line. Or if I want to do my Fibonacci retracement, I could do that right here. Or if I want to do the price level, boom. I can add it right there rather than just going to drawings and doing a whole extra step. Just have it right there. So that's going to save you a lot of time. And I think that's all I want to get into for today. Besides that, we could talk about the option chains and how to go about that. But I am going to leave that here. If you guys want another video on, let's say, importing scripts for studies or talking about the option chains, we'll get into that in another video. Leave a comment down below what you guys want to see, and that'll be all for today.